So, I get asked a lot what I do in my day-to-day life as a full-time reseller. So I thought today what I'll do is I'll take you along with me. I've just dropped the kids off to school, done the school run, so I'm going to head down to the unit now and we're going to crack on and get some work done. So I'm going to take you along with me, show you what I get up to. Right, we're at the unit. What I do on a Monday morning, first thing, everything that I've bought over the weekend, I get it straight out and I put it into order of where I like to leave everything that's unlisted. So let's get everything out, take it to the unit, start getting work done. Right, that's everything brought in from the motor. Now, this is what I bought, whether it's from a charity shop, whether it's from car boot sales, whether it was from the house clearance guy. So every Monday I get here, nice, well, after I drop the kids, and this is where I put all of my like sort of new stock that I've just got, so my unlisted pile basically. So what I do is I'm going to get everything out of the bags and then stick it hopefully on here quite nicely, and then what I do, like what I tend to do, is then work off of this. It'll make more sense as we go, but let's fill it up. And we're back. Right, put everything on the shelves now. You see how it looked before. It is now full to the brim. So this is how I've started to do it. I have been a bit lazy. I was originally using the far side of the container is another sort of storage space that I was using, which I am condensing down. I'll show you now. So all of this here is listed. Actually, this is sold. The shoes are listed. All the bottom is unlisted. None of that's been listed, pictured or anything. Same as the top, haven't pictured. I've still got Le Creuset pans up there. They've been there for months. So originally I used all of this end. So when I come in the unit, I used to just drop stuff off right here. And I've just changed the way I do things now. Because obviously I work down the far end of the unit, it makes sense to just be next to the table, so I can just get stuff off, picture it, put it straight away. So it's coming together, it is getting there. Just having a bit of a shuffle around at the moment. But yeah, that's all that done. So now what I tend to do is I get all my orders that I've sold over the last day before, and then I pack them all. So let's get to that bit. So just going to go through, pick everything out that is sold for the last day or so. Going to get it neatly put on the table, going to get it all wrapped. Now, this is everything that I've sold over the last 2 days. I will make another YouTube video about this. So if you want to see what I sell, see sort of the profit I make and stuff like that, the video will already be out. So this will be the day after. So just click on it after you've watched this video, go and have a look and you'll see. So what I do now is I'm just going to wrap all of that up. And then what I do is after I've wrapped it all up, I get on with my day and start listing everything I've taken pictures of, everything you've seen that I've put into the racking behind. So I'm going to get this wrapped first. This is the bit I hate. Right, a little bit of wrapping. We're going to get the DS wrapped, box only. Let's crack on. I get asked a lot who I use for posting. I used to use Every and Royal Mail. I tried Every because there's an Every close to my unit. To be fair, there's everything close to my unit. I've got a Yodel over the road, Royal Mail and Every are in the same place. I've got an in-post locker at the end of the unit. So everything I need. So I thought, a lot of people like Every for whatever reason, I don't know. So I thought I don't want to sort of take away some of my sales if people only use Every, because if people only use Every and you don't offer that, people are just going to shop elsewhere. So I tried it and I've had nothing but issues with Every, so I no longer use Every. I've had 2 parcels in the last month that say they've been destroyed / damaged in transit. Now, I've tried putting in a claim form, I've had no joy. I have no idea how you do it. You can't talk to anyone, you can't just ring someone up. I've tried emailing, I've had no response. Just going to avoid Every from now on. So, to the guy who asked, I'm only using Royal Mail from now on, and I send everything, track 48, track 24, and if it's over 150 quid, then I'll do it special. Just so you cover yourself, do you know what I mean? The last thing you want to do is keep sending stuff. Always send stuff tracked, because there's a load of people out there who will say it didn't turn up and it did, and then you're left refunding them and then you're out of pocket. So yeah, Royal Mail is the only postage service I use now. Every, you had your chance, you blew it, you're useless. Don't know why I'm saying that to you, because you're not Every, but just let me vent out. But yeah, Royal Mail only. I also get asked a lot where I buy my packaging from, whether it's tape, boxes, bubble wrap. I use a lot of brown sort of, I don't know what this is called. What do you call this? brown wrapping paper, void fill, don't know, I use a lot of that. Now to be honest with you, it's difficult because I have someone that I know who I've used for years at the boot fair, where I get all of my tape really cheap and my packaging. So the packaging that I use is these bags here. They are Boys Base, if you can see that there. So they're great bags, they're double sealed. I get 1,000 of these for a tenner, and they're massive. They've lasted me so long. So yeah, but in terms of my brown paper and my bubble wrap, I get it all off TikTok. It's so cheap on TikTok. I bought two of the big bubble wrap stands for like 13 quid. So yeah, it's hard to get them as cheap as that. I used to go on Amazon, but their prices slowly crept up. So TikTok for the moment. Same as my brown wrap, all on TikTok. Do you know what one of the biggest questions I get? Obviously, I work out of a container unit, and it has no electrics. So people ask, how do I get past that? How do I take pictures? You know, how do I get clear pictures? So the biggest thing that we're using here is rechargeable lights. I just run them off of a charger. They last ages, battery charger. So this is the backdrop that we use here. Get my head out of the way. Obviously there's some string lights up top just for a general bit of light. Now that it's the springtime anyway, you've got a lot of natural light coming through as well. And then I have this big sort of LED light that we shine down here. And then, just for example, if I was taking a picture of this Wii remote, you get a nice clear picture like that. Now, I know it's not ideal, but it's a lot better than nothing. It does a good job for me. It does exactly what I need it to do. So as you can see, what I do is I always get 20 items out. So that'll be 10 to 15 listings, and then I've got 5 spare for the next time I sort of list. So I aim to list between 10 and 15 items every day without fail. So this is what I'm going to list today. Well, not today, but 10 to 15 for the next couple of days, basically. I like to keep a good backlog in my phone as well. So if there's ever a time I can't get down here, I can still list. But I'm going to show you how I list now. I'll strap you to my chest and I'll show you. Right, now that we've pictured everything, I put it all straight away sort of into the homes that I've made for them. So we'll start off with all the sort of plugs and the remotes. Look, remotes and chargers. I'm working smart, not hard, put them away nicely. They live in there. Then with all the electrical stuff, like the little calculators, dyno tag. So I always tend to keep my stuff, if I can, somewhat neatly. I know it's not very neat at the moment, but I'll put these at the top up here, like so. It's just a way of keeping it a bit smarter and a bit tidier, because obviously I do list an awful lot. I get through a lot of items as well, so I just want to try and keep it as tidy as I can, which I do need to. Now that this I sell a lot of electricals, as you can see, but they're just a bit all over the place. So I need to get to the point where they're all on one sort of shelf racking, really. So I need to come in here one day and sort of like absolutely blitz it, take everything off the shelves and put everything back neatly, so on and so forth. Oh, didn't see that. That's another charger that goes in there. I buy loads of chargers, always buy them. If they're cheap, buy them. Don't matter what they are, they all sell for more than you buy them for. I get them at boot fairs for like 50p to £1. You're always safe. 5, 6, 7 quids. Nice little camera there. It's going to live in here. I know people are going to moan at me and say, where's your SKU system? I don't really have a SKU system as such. I just have areas of where I keep stuff that sort of all live together. So this camera will pop up on there. Then, for example, it's not a great example, behind here is a real mess. It is a mess down here, but this is where all my cups live, down the bottom here. You can actually sort of make them out in there. That's all my cups and cups and crockery, sorry. Like so. I'm going to put that on there. Tell you what, you can live up there with the other. Ooh, gently, gently. But yeah, that is all of these parts put away. And then all that's left to do now is, well, I've already got some hoovers, so they can go in with the other hoovers. And then my hats can live with the other hats that I have in here. And then I can start to move on with my day and take everything to the post office. So I have sort of finished with my sort of day. I've got to go and, well, the physical part of the day. A lot of people say to me, oh, it's so easy doing that job. And I think it is, but I don't really switch off. So for example, sorry, camera fell over. So as I was saying, for example, so I've been here since, well, just after I dropped the kids to school, so 20 past 9. I've done all of my wrapping, all of my picturing. I haven't done the listing. Oh my days. I keep dropping the camera. I need to put it somewhere a bit safer. Let me try and just prop it here. Does that work? Can you see me? Not really. Let me put this in follow mode. Will that help? Sorry, I am not very good with cameras. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll just hold you. Let's hold you. So yeah, like I was saying, I've got to go home and do the listing, so I like to just get home. I'll have some lunch. Well, saying that, it's now 20 past 12. I've got to pick the kids up from school at 20 past 3. Got to get to the post office, drop everything off. But yeah, so I've done the physical part. I've still got to go home and do all the listing. I've got to drop everything off at the Royal Mail. So there is still parts of the job that I have to do. But I thought what I'll do is I'll just sit down and I'll read you through some of the YouTube comments that I've had with the questions, just to sort of tell you how I do my business and see if it helps. I get asked a lot. I have made a video on it before, asking how I got into reselling. Was I in full-time employment before I took the leap of faith into full-time? And yes, I was a tree surgeon for a good 12 years. No, 10 years, sorry. I was about 20-ish when I got into it, and then I left my job nearly a year ago now, when I just turned 30 in April. I was reselling probably 5, 6, maybe 7 years at the same time as doing the tree surgery, and then it just got to the point where I wasn't happy in my old job, and I was starting to earn more money doing this than I was doing the other work. And I thought, do you know what, I'm going to give this a go. What I'll do is I won't touch any of my wages from work for the next month or so. Well, I think I've done it over 2 to 3 months. And I thought if I can get through, pay all my bills, pay what I've got to pay, then I'll just take the leap of faith. And I've never looked back. It's been, like I said, nearly a year now. I don't look back at all. It's the best thing I've ever done. I'm in control of my own time now. I can drop the kids to school, pick the kids up from school. I don't get told when I can go on my lunch break. I don't have any stresses like that work. Obviously there is stress in terms of, I've got to earn my own money. I have to I don't get holiday pay, you don't get sick pay. It's all part of the job, but I am very happy that I took the leap of faith. Another question I get asked a lot is from a person, sorry, I was going to say a gentleman, don't want to assume your gender, not in this day and age. How do you determine your pricing, or how do you price? I price everything on eBay. I price absolutely everything on eBay. So every time I find something, there's a bee attacking me. I don't know if this camera will pick this up. This big boy. Getting attacked by a bee, sorry. It's following me. Oh, it's gone. Right, where was I? Sorry, I'm so all over the place. Yeah, how I determine my prices. So everything that I buy I get my prices through eBay. So I will search up whatever it is, whether it's this BT phone, for example. If it's this phone, I will either Google Lens it. Obviously, if you haven't got the Google app, you need to download it. I'm assuming a lot of you already know this. Take a picture of it, tell you exactly what it is, go on eBay, and then go to sold items, and it will tell you what the last sales have been for that item. That is all I do, always through eBay. It's just the closest to what the price is. That's the only way I price, actually. I can't even think of another sort of way of pricing to give you. Right, the last one I'll answer, because I've got to shoot off, was from someone asking sort of if they want to get into reselling, what sort of costs are there and stuff like that. Now, to get into reselling, if you're just starting out, you can always look in your house and find stuff to just start to resell and then work your way up. Or you've got your cost of goods, so if you go to car boot sales, charity shops, wherever you might go, you've got your cost of goods straight away. If you sell on eBay, you've got to pay for your postage first. Obviously the buyer will pay, but you have to fork out the money first. So there's that to look out for. Obviously you've got things like storage. I mean, if you're just starting out, then it's probably not a problem. You might have a cupboard or a shed, or something you can put your stuff in. But when you get bigger, I mean, I have the cost of goods, cost of storage, cost of this place. Obviously things like lights and stuff you have to fork out for to begin with. And then you've got other things like additional costs, like you've got your tax, you've got your vehicle insurance, petrol, car, there's a lot to look into. But if you're looking to start to get into reselling, just go into your house, go into your cupboard that you probably haven't gone through in the past 3 years. That everyone's got that cupboard, didn't they? Just gets stuff thrown in it and forgotten about. Pick something out of there, pick it up, sell it, and just get the nick for it, and then start to work your way up. That's how I started anyway. I've always been into sort of clothing and trainers, and I think I had a tracksuit that I'd had laying about for ages, didn't really wear it, and it was a nice tracksuit. I think I paid silly money for it in JD, and then I got a few wears out of it, and I still ended up selling the whole tracksuit for like 60 or 70 quid, and I thought, bloody hell, it's still good money and stuff. And then I started going to car boot sales, and I started picking stuff up, and obviously you make your first sales and stuff like that, and you're like, wow, this is good, this is great fun, this is easy. It's not. That's what you think at the time. And it's how it started for me. But the thing that I always say is, if you want to get into reselling, just do it. Just buy something or find something and do it. Just get on your eBay, get on your Vinted, list it. It ain't going to sell if you don't list it, so give it a go. What's the worst that could happen? You could spend a £5, you lose your £5, and then you never do it again. But right, enough of my yapping. Let's go and drop these off to the post office. Right, that is all of the parcels dropped off at the post office. They love me in there, which is good, to be fair, because if I ever get to the point where I've got loads of parcels and she's got a queue, I can just leave them in there and then I pick up the receipt like after. So yeah, they look after me there, it's nice. But that is, well, I was going to say that's my working day done, but it's not. So now, it's getting cold with me shopping. I am going to go home. It is now, what's the time? It's about 1 o'clock. I think it's 1:30 actually, so I ain't going to have long. God, yeah, 1:30. I ain't even stopped yet. So it's 1:30. So I'm going to go home, make myself a bit of lunch. Got to pick the kids up at 3:20. But what I'm going to try and do is list about 2 to 3 days worth of listings. Had a nice £30 offer come through for a pair of trainers. If you watched the £30 car boot challenge, I paid £3 for them trainers. But yeah, I'm going to go home, try and do some listings for the next 3 days, make myself some lunch and pick the kids up and relax for the rest of the day. But that is sort of a day in my life as such. Obviously I ain't been to no car boats, I ain't been to no charity shops, but that is just a general day. It's Monday. I usually go car boats Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sundays. So I do get to a lot of car boats throughout the week. But if you made it to the end of all my waffling and you enjoyed it, please leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that stuff. If there's anything I missed that you've been asking, or if there's anything you want to know, you want to see, just leave me a comment and I'll try and get round to it. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.